You talk about confidence inspires success, and success inspires confidence, and how important that is. How'd you get your team involved with that and into that?
Yeah, so I realized, again, usually when I show up for these football programs, they're not doing too well. And ultimately, that was at the crux of it, is that I just felt there was no confidence. So I was like, all right, let's just start building some confidence. But I realized you really can't unless there's some sort of success, right? So the teams that are in that sort of vortex, right, and it just spins, you can almost feel
What do you call the vortex?
Yeah, you feel the electricity. You can almost, you want to touch it and you can feel, but they're in it. It's just Tuesday for them.
Right.
But for you, you're like, man, how does that happen? So to me, it's that ability to celebrate little successes. And then you watch someone just kind of sit up a little taller, you know, swell up a little bit more with pride, and they want to then build that confidence. They want to then repeat that success. So for us, the whole program, our entire program is built on keeping score, right? That's a big part of this. And to understand, you talked about it today, the growth mindset. Failure is never, ever final when it's said and done, right? So how do I grow through that? How do I learn through that? So it's one of those things that we build everything around competition. And the reason why is if we practice on practice 3 of summer camp, right? And we have some compete drill and it's 2-2, and this is for the win, and it's me against you, I'm going to get your best, you're going to get my best. Right. And at that point in time, if you win, I just see your whole team celebrates with you, and I watch that confidence grow a little bit, and now you're going to try to repeat it. Well, now there is another flip side to that coin, and it's me, because I lost, right? So now it's about building that kid up and making sure that he understands that's not over yet. You're going to have another chance at this. So if we only competed once a day or once a week, then you got to wait. So we build, you know, we call it like our Elite 8, right? We have 3 different compete periods throughout practice, and they don't know what it's going to be yet. So we don't preface this at all. We'll just call it out in the middle, and I'll say, I'll blow a whistle, everybody will stop, and I'll say, wide receivers, DBs. So now they kind of perk up. I'll be like, goal line, one-on-ones.
The whole team comes down?
The whole team, and then I'll yell, compete. And they all yell compete and go running to the corner of the end zone. And then we have that, you know, race to 3. But again, if you're on offense and you catch a ball in the end zone, nobody celebrates with you, I just look over and I go, your teammates didn't want it, right? So it's
so
still
they don't get
0-0.
to win.
That's right, it's still 0-0.
Okay.
And then I sit there and I keep score of that whole thing in the ideal situation.
Do you judge the celebrating sometimes?
Correct.
What about if it's gray, you're not sure who won?
Then I'll call it, I'll say it's just neutral. Like, or if I don't know who won, because it's a one-on-one pass rush. A lot of times a kid will say he captured the edge, he got to the quarterback. Then I'll look and I'll go like this back and forth, and I'll just see who's celebrating more, and I'll give it to them. So they now understand there's no innocent bystanders. We're all active bystanders in this, and that's the important. Now they're gaining a little success as they're uplifting their teammate and feeling like when it's my time, I want my teammates to react this way for me. So that I hope shows up on game film. That I hope shows up when we play other teams, because we do it every single day, and it's important. I don't want to be part of a team that when we go through practice, it's uninspiring, it's boring, or that we go to a game and it's uninspiring and it's boring. We only get 11 guaranteed of these games a year. I want to make sure.
Say one of these moments comes up in a game where the player who did that in practice, who made that play in practice, then he makes it in the game, and then the guys celebrate on the sideline.
It's phenomenal.